Hey guys, it's Taylor back with Life with Taylor, and today we are going to be reading Reddit again, so let's get into it. Alright, we are going to be reading Reddit updates. Alrighty, we've got 3 Redditor updates because these are freaking crazy long. Okay, today I fucked up by realizing my mute button wasn't muted during a 2-hour stakeholder meeting. This happened 2 hours ago and I'm still hiding under my blanket. It was a massive all-hands meeting, about 40 people for a project launch. Usually I keep my mic hard muted on my headset, but today I was eating lunch, so I was double muted, software mute and headset mute, or so I thought. Oh my god! About 45 minutes in, the project manager was explaining a delay in the timeline. Thinking I was in my safe cocoon of silence, let out a very loud, very deep sigh and muttered, "Oh my god, just get to the point, nobody cares." The audio didn't just pick it up. Because of the way Teams/Zoom prioritizes active speakers, my face popped up on the main screen for a split second. The silence was deafening. The PM paused for a solid 5 seconds. Nobody said anything. He just continued. I slowly reached up and tapped my headset. It beeped, mute on. It had been off the whole time. I have not checked my Slack messages. I'm considering faking my own death and moving to a farm. Update next day. First of all, thank you for everyone who suggested I fake my own death and move to a farm. I spent last night looking up potato farming tutorials on YouTube, but unfortunately I have a mortgage, so I had to log in this morning. I promised an update, so here's the damage report. I log in at 8:59 a.m. My heart was beating so hard I could hear it in my ears. I hovered over the Slack icon for a solid minute before clicking it. 12 unread messages. Most were from my work friends sending skull emojis and gifs of people digging graves, but there it is, a direct message from the PM himself sent at 4:30 yesterday. The message, "Hey, my name, do you have 5 minutes for a quick sync before stand-up?" I almost threw up. Quick sync is corporate speak for execution. I joined the call, no video. I wasn't ready for him to see the fear in my eyes. He joined, silence for 3 seconds. Then he laughed, a tired, dry laugh. He said, "So, yesterday." I immediately started apologizing. I unleashed a word salad of technical difficulties, bad day, audio glitch, and I'm sorry. He cut me off. "Look, honestly, you weren't wrong. I realized after the meeting that I spent 20 minutes explaining a 2-minute delay. I tend to ramble when I'm stressed about deadlines." I stopped breathing. Was this a trap? He continued, "However, let's maybe keep the commentary to the internal monologue next time." My boss was on that call. He thinks it was unprofessional, but I told him you were just frustrated with the audio issues. You owe me the one. The result? I'm not fired. I am, however, officially the mute guy. During the stand-up meeting today when I joined, another coworker typed in the chat, "Careful everyone, the truth teller is here." I have a taped physical piece of cardboard over my mute button. I'm never speaking again. Oh my god. Okay, there's 2 more updates. It had been 2 days since I taped a piece of cardboard over my mute button. I genuinely thought if I just keep my mouth shut, the truth teller jokes would die down out by Friday and I could go back to being invisible. I was wrong. I just checked my calendar and saw an invite for a Q4 strategy review on Thursday. Host, the department head, the big boss who heard me sigh, attendees, the one I told to get to the point yesterday, asking if this was a mistake. He replied, "No mistake, big boss, like your honesty about the timeline delay yesterday. He thinks the rest of the team is too polite to give bad news. He wants you there to call out all the BS. You guys don't understand, I am not a straight shooter. I'm just an anxious introvert who was hungry and wanted to eat his sandwich in peace. I don't know anything about Q4 strategy, I just want to write code and hide. Now, I've been drafted as a corporate vibe checker. If I stay silent, I fail the big boss. If I speak, I might actually get fired this time. Currently Googling how to smart sound without being mean and consider faking a microphone driver failure." Last update. To the people in the comments saying my life has turned into a bad sitcom writing prompt, I agree. I honestly wish this was fake because then I could have written a cool ending where I become CEO or get fired in a blaze of glory. Reality is much more boring and sweaty. I attended the Q4 strategy review an hour ago. I spent the first 20 minutes staring at my mute button like it was a bomb detonator. I double-checked it. I checked the software mute. I checked the hardware mute. I didn't drink water. I didn't breathe too loud. When the department head, big boss, finally asked for my candid opinion on the timeline, the room went silent. That was it. The truth teller moment everyone was joking about. I panicked. I didn't roast anyone. I didn't save the company. I didn't verify the loud American theory. I cleared my throat and said, I think if we focus on the Q3 blockers first, the timeline is optimistic but doable. That's it. That's all I said. The big boss nodded and said, "Good point. Let's move on." No applause, no laughter. The meeting continued for another 45 minutes of boring PowerPoint slides. The legend of the truth teller died right there in the Microsoft Teams room because I was too scared to actually be bold. My PM messaged me after, "You went easy on them." I replied, "I just want to write code, man." So I'm officially retiring the mute guy persona. I'm taking the cardboard off my headset and I'm keeping the trust issues forever. Back to work. Yeah, I think I think in that situation, it kind of helped being honest, but also, you know, it made this person anxious. And I think we're humans, we mess up, you know? It's not that bad. Could have been worse. Like, I read some comments and people were going to the bathroom and thought they were muted and had their cameras off. And also, like, you were speaking your truth and you were hungry, and yeah, I think that ended fine. Forgot to feed my friend's cat and it starved to death. How much legal trouble am I in? Oh boy, let's see. I, 37 male, was supposed to be looking after my friend's cat while she is away, but I totally got caught up at work and forgot all about him. Lunch was supposed to be at 12, but I didn't arrive until 12:02, and the poor guy had died of starvation. I tried to revive him with the tuna, but he insists he is dead. Am I going to jail? Wait, is he not actually dead? Update. If you saw the previous post, you'll know my mom was gone out of town and has left me with the weird guy who refuses to feed me and won't let me take anything from my own kitchen. I was so hungry I curled up on the bed and tried to sleep. But when I woke up, I found this guy just staring at my toe beans and smiling. I've tried talking to my mom, but she only FaceTimed 4 times in the last 24 hours, and she spent the whole conversation telling me how handsome I am. Reddit, what should I do? I've been leaving half a mouse on this guy's shoe, throwing up in protest, but he keeps trying to touch me. He just touched my arse and saying someone has a chunky bum bum. Would I be reacting if I got myself stuck up in a tree? Oh my god. So that was the cat's point of view. Wow. So that, I thought that was like actually serious. I was invested. I was like, what's happening? How did this happen? So the cat didn't actually die. This also says this is my first Boru. What's a Boru? Best of Redditor updates. Okay, that was really just like a story, so nothing actually happened, thankfully. All right, last one. My dad died and left 3 million euros to my 2 younger brothers, 21 and 23, and I got 0 euros. My dad passed a few months ago, and I learned yesterday he left the whole roughly 3 million euro estimate to my 2 younger brothers. I got nothing. The reason? I'm a woman and my future husband will provide for me. I am 27, female, single, and nowhere near getting married. I worked hard to be independent and still got treated like I don't need support because someday a man might do it. My brothers aren't struggling and they took it without a word. I feel gutted and angry that even in 2025, my worth to my own family was tied to some sexist idea that my imaginary future husband will care for me. That's fucked. That's fucked. That's fucked. And unfair and unequal. The double standards. This is an update 1 month later. I just wanted to share some good news after my last post. After many difficult discussions and advice from numerous kind of people here, my brothers and I came to an agreement. We're splitting our dad's estate 3 ways equally. Once I calmed down and showed them how fair it felt, they listened. We got some legal advice and found out there was actually a simple way to adjust things properly so everyone was treated equally. They both apologized and said they didn't realize how hurtful it was at the time. Now everything's being sorted and I'll get my fair share too. I honestly can't thank everyone enough. If I hadn't written that post and read all of your advice and support, I think I would have accepted it and walked away with nothing. You gave me a push to speak up for myself and it's made all the difference. Yes! 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 Get your fair share. Get what you deserve. And it's $3 million between 3 people, or 3 million euros. What's euro? Hold on. So it's $3.5 million. Which is about $1.16 million per person. That is a lot. And I would be upset if I didn't get my fair share. If I was in this person's shoes, I would be upset. I would be like, that's unfair. Because she's a woman? Some people in this world are just hopefully going to get really bad karma. All right, well, I think that was a bit of a short one because of the cat story. So sorry for that, although it was kind of funny. I was not expecting that, not when I picked that out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment down below if you liked those Reddit updates. What was your take when I first read the title of the second update? What was your first thought? Was it like, oh my god? Because that was mine. That was my first thought. I was thoroughly like, what is happening? But yeah, while you're down there commenting, click all the buttons. You know what to do. And I hope you guys have a good day, night, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world viewing this, and peace.